Hey beautiful people, I hope that you're all doing really well. Welcome to another Pick a Card reading. Today's reading we are looking at a general reading for the month of April 2024. So it's a very general reading. It is not specified to love, relationships, work, career or anything like that. It's a holistic reading, so you'll need to apply the messages to your particular circumstance. So maybe the biggest agenda on your mind or in your life could be career, or it could be that you're in the midst of trying to make a decision about a connection or a relationship or simply a way of being. So as I said before, just apply the message to your particular situation. Please also keep in mind that time is an illusion and energy is fluid. So the messages that we're getting today are in correspondence or working in conjunction with the energy that is surrounding you today. So once you get the messages, of course, you can shift things in accordance to what is going to work best for your situation. If you would like to get a personal reading with me or to check out my other services, you can find all the links below in the description box. Otherwise, let's get straight into the readings, guys. So today I'm going to get you to choose from 3 different words. They may or may not correlate to your reading. They may or may not mean something to you at this point of time. So I probably wouldn't be worried too much about the meaning of the word. It's just being able to really pick one to go with your reading, because we have 3 different decks of cards that I'm going to be using. So without any further ado, the first word we have is creativity. So that is going to be reading 1 or pile 1. The second word, well, that actually isn't a word, it's a card, a blank card. So that can mean whatever it means to you. And then for pile 3, we have, or reading 3, we have the word efficiency. So as I said before, creativity is going to be pile 1 or reading 1. The blank card here is going to represent pile 2 or reading 2, and the word efficiency is going to be pile 3 or reading 3. Now, if you need a little bit more time to decide which is the right one for you, I'll just get you to pause the video because I am about to start the readings. Okay, so for those of you who chose creativity or pile 1, this is your reading. Thinking about whether the word creativity means anything to you, perhaps this is something that you need to embrace more, a more creative side of yourself to help with a creative venture. Let's see though. We begin your reading with 3, virtue. So in the traditional Rider-Waite, this is the 3 of Wands. So what I'm really getting here is there is maybe a project that you've already started. And as I said before, you just need to apply this to whether this is whatever area of arena of your life this applies to. There's this project that I think that you have started, or an idea that you've started, and you're kind of in the midst of seeing like where it's going, or waiting to see it take off, if that makes sense. And I'm really being drawn to this person that's, I'm assuming, is walking up this ladder. So it's kind of like you're walking into the unknown, or you feel like you're walking into the unknown. But this is a creative venture, and this is something that, as I said, you've already started. So you're just kind of, April is going to be a month of seeing what comes in with it. And you're hoping for more movement and expansion is what I'm getting here as well. We have the Fool clarifying. So yeah, this is something that I feel that you feel that you've taken a bit of a risk with. you're unsure of whether it's going to work. You're unsure of how it's really going to unfold. But I feel like you're really being pushed to do this, or there's just something really inside you that really, really wants to do this, and that you're willing to take this risk and to see what happens with this, because I feel like it's going to give you a sense of freedom as well. Maybe some of you have a little bit of fear because you're not sure whether you're going to be well supported by others with whatever this venture is. We then have ruin. So it's like there's a need for a cycle to end of spending too much time stressing over things that we cannot control, or just really letting a situation that no longer serves you, just letting it go. And I'm just getting this phrase of like, you either need to accept it or you need to change it in order to move on from it, and in order for things to flow better, and in order for you to be more in this energy of freedom and feeling like you have the ability to make the choice or push through with what it is that you're doing. So yeah, there needs to be an end to a lot of over worry, a lot of, I feel like there's been a lot going on for this particular group, and it's kind of like there's this big lead up to whatever this is that you're wanting to take a risk or jump into. But as I said before, it's about ending a cycle of over worrying about it, ending the cycle of taking on too much of other people's pain or too much of your own pain, and clarifying it. We have the Nine of Swords, we have cruelty. So yeah, this is really bringing home that a lot of this is stuff that you have been ruminating on for a while. It's a situation that hasn't served you well, whether it's a situation or whether it's your own way of seeing things. And I just get there's a lot of inner child work to do with this, because I'm really being drawn to the baby here. It's a doll that's a baby, and it doesn't particularly look very well. It looks kind of like it's been pulled apart. It's in pieces. So you haven't been nourishing yourself enough, is what I'm getting here. So there's this need for you to do this, and this real need for you to let go of things that you really cannot control, and just allowing yourself to be in your body more is what I'm feeling, rather than being too much in your head. Then we have the Empress to round it off. This is a really beautiful card. So I feel like this is talking again about that inner child healing. It's about becoming the mother that you didn't have, or the type of mother that you would have ideally liked to have had. So you might have had, and this doesn't have to be a mother, this can be a father or a grandmother, but it's kind of like a really nurturing figure that's in that feminine energy. And what I'm really getting here is that this is either someone that's going to be helping you, support you with this. So this could be a mother figure. But this is also saying that this is something, if you don't have that type of figure in your life, that this is something that you need to be providing yourself. You know, being a nurturer, really looking after yourself by doing stuff like inner child healing, which will help remove those blockages that you've got, and that fear from moving forward in what it is that you're hoping for and waiting for to come in, if that makes sense. We had another interesting clarifier. We have the Devil. So yeah, this is really speaking of letting go of really unhealthy attachments, letting go of unhealthy ways of thinking. And if there's like some trauma there from your childhood with your upbringing or with one of your parents, there's that need to really work on that to eliminate more of this. So we're always going to have a shadow side. That's a given, but it's how we manage it and whether we allow it to control us. So that's the messages I'm getting for you for the month of April, pile 1, or the word creativity. So I guess another way of looking at this is thinking of a creative way that you can manage this, or thinking of a creative way you can manage stress around this. But there's a lot of room for movement here, which will help you move towards what it is that you're waiting to come in. Not that you're waiting. I feel like you've done things to start the ball rolling, but it's now like the next part of the blockage is allowing yourself to be free and taking that risk without all the other worries that you have that are connected to it, which are part of the reading as well. I do have an oracle card from you. It's from the Spirit Messages Oracle cards. And it says, trust yourself more. Know that you are in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will present themselves to you when they are meant to. All in divine timing. Get excited about the future again instead of fearing it, which is really fitting to your reading. All right, thank you so much, pile 1. I really hope you enjoyed your reading. Please feel very free to leave feedback and comments below if you wish to. And thank you so much for your ongoing love and support. Enjoy the month of April. Okay, so for those of you who chose the blank cards or pile 2, this is your reading. Let's get into it. Please remember and keep in mind that time is an illusion and energy is fluid, and that this is a very general reading, so you will need to apply it to your particular situation or scenario for the month of April. To begin with, we have the 2 of Pentacles, or the 2 of Rings here. So there's been some time of trying to balance things out, I feel, making decisions, or you've made some sort of big decision and now there's like a need to balance it and to find harmony, and balance is what I'm finding, what I'm feeling and thinking, what I'm getting here. And I feel like this is for some of you, of course, this will be between you and someone else or something else. But it's a decision you made, and it's like a creation of a manifestation you've been working on. And because you chose this card, it's quite ominous, right? So I'd love to hear your feedback and comments below. We then have the 5 of Wands clarifying this card. So yeah, there's been a little bit of like inner conflict or conflict with someone else around this, and about managing this situation and working out how to weather it and what to do about it. Because I feel like it's something that's it's a situation that is like, it's a fairly big deal. And this is why there's been this kind of creative conflict between you or some other people, or even within yourself as well. It could be. Now we have the High Priestess next. So there's a lot of things that are coming to light in April that will help you with this process. And I also feel that this is really asking you to work on your intuition in order for you to know what you need to do moving forward. So using your intuition means making sure that to get the best message when using your intuition, it's best that you do it when you feel balanced. So when you're not overly emotional and are in a more objective and rational headspace, because that's when you get the best messages, the best intuitive messages, because otherwise if we're just running on our emotions, we're not going to get that clear intuitive message that we need. But there's going to be a message coming in that's going to help you with this and be a guiding light, is what I'm getting as well. And we have the Seven of Wands clarifying this, because there's something here that's worth fighting for. There's something that's worth moving ahead with. But I just get this feeling it's really, you've been kind of battling yourself with this. I mean, there's probably another person involved or a few other people involved, but I feel like, you know, as you know, once you change your energy, the energy around you shifts. So therefore it then gives you a clearer perspective of what's really going on. So this is, I think, more so trying to also say, taking responsibility for how you're perceiving this situation and whether you're in a balanced enough position to make the right choices with what you're doing. Your final card is the Two of Cups. So yeah, this is going to help bring about a more stable relationship with yourself and with someone else or others. And it's going to be one that's going to be more fruitful and more grounded, is what I'm getting here. And it's interesting that we have the Three of Swords clarifying. So yeah, I feel that there's probably been, I feel like this group of people have been through a fair amount of heartbreak in the past, or people that have disappointed them in really close relationships. And so I feel like you may be in a situation where you've got something going on in your life where you don't know if you can, you don't know if you can trust your intuition with things. And so a lot of this is really going to be about you pushing hard and defending yourself and your own thoughts, and where your thoughts run and take you, if that makes sense. There's going to be a light bulb moment, and this could be a light bulb moment coming through yourself, or maybe someone else will be a messenger of this light. Your Oracle card says, if you find yourself stuck in a situation you are unhappy with, ask yourself, why are you still there? Is it a fear of the unknown? Leaving toxic situations or people can be the best thing you could do for your soul and your spirit. Be fierce. Yes, interesting. So pile 2, I hope that you enjoyed your reading. I hope it's been able to give you some clarity and or insight into your month of April, which is, of course, has just started. If you'd like to get a personal reading with me, or to find out more about the other services I offer, you can find all my details in the description box below. Thank you so much for your ongoing love and support. Lots of love and light to you. Okay, so for those of you who chose the word efficiency or pile 3, this is your reading. Let's get into it. Please remember that time is an illusion and energy is fluid, and that this is a very general reading, so you'll need to apply it to your particular situation or state of mind. To start with, we have the Page of Cups. Beautiful. I feel like for a lot of you, you've been doing a lot of reflective work. And I feel like this is current and passing energy, if that makes sense, as in you're in the midst of it and you're sort of coming to the peak of it at the moment, but it may not feel like that. I feel like some of you, through doing this reflective work, are really feeling a little bit more vulnerable than usual, or have been feeling more vulnerable than usual. And I feel like some of you have been doing that really hard inner child work, which which is great to do in order to grow, because this is the Page of Cups, so this is really young energy. And I think this is the story of Narcissus looking into the cup or looking into the water. And so I'm just getting this real feeling of really more deep reflective work being done in order to kind of work through and past the more sort of, for a lack of a better word, material sides of life, or where it's more about how we look or how we perceive things on a material level rather than on a deeper level. So there's this real look at that for you. And we have the Two of Pentacles clarifying. So I feel that, yeah, because of this work that you've been doing or you're being called to do, there's this time where you're really kind of trying to balance how you feel with also grounding yourself, is what I'm getting here. And being able to integrate the two as well. So being able to integrate both the earth and the water qualities or elements. And maybe some of you find it difficult with efficiency in doing this. Or maybe some of you are pushing yourself to go through this process faster and you're finding it difficult to balance it. So yeah, we then have a really beautiful card. We have the Sun. So in the month of April, I feel like things are going to illuminate themselves a lot more for you. You're going to see things more clearly and be a lot more conscious of what's going on around you, because there's a lot to enjoy in the month of April. And this is amazing. We have the World clarifying this. So yeah, this big end of a cycle for a new cycle to begin, and it's that cycle that's never ending. See how you've got the snake in here that's eating its tail. It's that never ending cycle, and it's really about balancing all the four elements that are in there in order to create more happiness and harmony and balance within yourself. This is a big month for you guys, for this particular group. I'm getting called to say as well that maybe the way you look at efficiency might need to be changed, or you might need to be more flexible in the way you perceive efficiency to be. Your last card is a Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like with this new energy coming in, you're really going to be re-looking at what it is that you're doing. And I feel like this is where this kind of marries in a bit, if it feels like it fits for you. I'm really looking at the way you're working or doing things, maybe even like seeking advice or suggestions from others to how you're working and how you can maybe do it better, or whether you're on the right path or not. But it feels like this is something that you're still moving ahead with and doing, which is great. I think it's just more so implementing it into the real world per se. And we have the Page of Wands. So yeah, this is a lot of really fast moving energy. And I feel like it's going to help you propel into this sort of a more creative venture, either within yourself or, you know, within yourself is your outside world as well. So yeah, a lot of really positive movement after I feel like a time of like challenges with, that self-reflection, and then balancing that out in this realm, which can be very challenging, right? And so I wanted to pull one more card for you, and that is the Chariot. And I feel like this is a depiction of how you've been working with the darkness and the lightness. And this has been you being confident and strong enough to be able to do the work that's needed in order for your new journey. Now, your Oracle card says, when a door doesn't open, don't waste your energy trying to make it open. If it's closed for a reason, sorry. When a door isn't open, don't waste your energy trying to make it open. It's closed for a reason. You are being redirected to something far bigger and better. Endings are part of the cycle of life. They make way for wonderful new beginnings and opportunities. So pile 3, I really hope you enjoyed your reading. Please feel very free to leave feedback and comments below. If you haven't yet and you would like to, you can help support my channel by subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up and sharing it with loved ones. Thank you so much for your ongoing love and support, pile 3. Have a wonderful April.